Today I'm just feeling my age. Hi, my name's Claire and I just graduated from McGill with a Bachelor's of Science. And this is my little series where I document me trying to figure out what comes after graduation. This period of time has honestly been really humbling because I've had such a privileged upbringing and I grew up thinking life would be a continuous series of milestones to pass go at. And so now being in this state where I don't really know exactly what I want to do and what's next has been a little devastating, but good for character development, I'm hoping. In this video, I get yet another job rejection from an interview and I continue prepping for the next one. I also dive into my finances a bit because I'm trying to become more financially literate and more conscious of what I spend on. So I hope you enjoy, and if you're going through something similar, I hope this makes you feel a little less alone in it. Hi guys, I'm at a cafe right now. Yesterday at work, I got a rejection email. I was literally fighting for my life while serving food. I think my ratio so far has been like 15 applications to one interview. I just gotta throw another 15 more applications into the void because I was waiting on results of this interview. I hadn't been applying to jobs as ferociously as I should have been. Oh gosh, I'm not even that sad about receiving a rejection. It's more so that I really liked the team during the interview. I thought they all seemed like really great people. Hoping to apply to about 10 jobs. So let's do this, girl. Guys, I just finished doing my makeup and today is going to be a productive day. I haven't had the chance to apply to jobs, look into programs, do general life admin stuff because a couple of my university friends visited me from Montreal and we went on a girls trip to Canmore with my childhood bestie Alexi, which was so lovely. And then Rosie stayed a few days afterwards, went to the zoo. Side note, we were so obsessed with this penguin because every single penguin was like immersed in their activity or socializing, and this penguin was fully to the side. I don't know if that penguin was in a timeout or if they were fighting their demons. Anyways, we also recreated your average small town teenage experience of hanging out in a McDonald's parking lot. If you grew up in a small town, you know what I'm talking about, girl. It was really surreal seeing friends I had made in Montreal who experienced what I hope was a more developed version of me back in my home province. Yesterday, I did do a couple of things though. Applied to defer my loans. I'm trying to get better at financial literacy and educating myself. Now that I have a stream of income, I have more incentive to kind of figure out where to put things. This is just my understanding of money, which is one step next to zero. Okay, so ended up rambling in that previous clip for a while and I didn't really say anything super organized because it was just off the top of the dome. But now I have like my points listed in front of me and it's going to be a little bit more cohesive. With this whole girl versus unemployment theme, I have been trying to become more financially literate. So I thought I would talk a little bit about my finances. The past few months have been the only period of my life where I've consistently kept up with tracking my expenses. Also, this entire like little segment of this video is fully inspired by that Best Dress video where she talks about how she makes money. This entire channel is basically, my entire life is basically inspired by that woman. A little snapshot into my income. So I receive money from 2 revenue streams. These are very recent snapshots because these streams of income really only surfaced in the past 2 to 3 months. The first one comes from my part-time job as a server, and that composes about 75% of my income. And then the remaining 25% comes from AdSense for YouTube, which is absolutely insane to say because I never thought I would ever make money from this. So that's a picture of my income. I thought I would also give you an overview of what I spend on, which is the fun part. I made a little spreadsheet to track all my expenses. I will show you guys because I'm actually so proud of her. I transfer all of my expenses from my banking statements to this Excel and then I will manually go through and select which category they fall into under my drop-down menu. This sounds tedious, but I'm going through a phase right now and it's actually really fun. Also, I don't have that many purchases, so it's not super tedious. Let me go through the categories. Starting off, I have investments. I just have an account set up in Wealthsimple and I just invest in ETFs. I direct about 25% of my income into my TFSA, and this number is honestly still kind of fluctuating because I am a beginner and still learning. For my emergency fund, which is a high interest saving account I set up, I allocate 10% of my income into it, which I never thought I needed an emergency fund before, but over the summer I ended up spending all that I had in my checking account, and when the time came where my checking account automatically pays off my credit card, it went into the negatives, and so I got a bunch of fees and my credit score took a hit. Now I'm setting up an emergency fund, so hopefully that never happens again. 2% goes into transportation / Uber. Food / drinks / groceries make up about 10% of my spending. Personal spending / shopping makes up another 10%-ish. Travel / experiences is 7%. Depending on how much room I have in each category, I'll kind of shift around what an activity qualifies for. So for example, if I am maxing out my food / drinks / groceries category, then a dinner with friends becomes an experience. The next category is gifts, which is 3%. Subscriptions is 1%. And then next I have 7%, which is allocated towards life admin for, the inevitable fees I seem to get hit with, and applying to schools, which is disgustingly expensive. And then finally, I have a 25% checking buffer, which is what I aim for. The issue I'm running into is that leaned on the more frugal side of things with this budget. Usually I am a pretty frugal person, but anytime I want to buy something that's substantial, I go way over my allocated budget. For example, I have been on the fence about buying an iPad for the longest time. Just recently, there was a Black Friday sale. She's arriving in a few days. But with the iPad and then with a pencil and a case and the screen protector, I ended up going way over my personal spending budget. So I'm still trying to figure out a way to tackle this and incorporate some sort of system where I can save up for big purchases and track that. I thought I would give you a little tour of my spreadsheet because I'm so proud of her, girl. You're gonna see her and you're gonna be like, literal toddler could have made this. What is the big fuss? The big fuss is that, you know what? I made this myself, and she's simple, but she meets my needs to a T. Let's go over her. I'm really excited. Here we are. This is the Excel that I have made for myself. This is kind of tailored to how my banking statements are set up, where I just have to copy all of the purchases on my bank statement and then I can just paste it in here. So I have some sample, well actually these were real purchases I made. I'm just gonna make up these amounts so that they kind of fit over here to show you the functions of this Excel. I'm sorry, I feel so silly because literally nobody asked for this. Okay, so at Tim Hortons, spent $4. I go over here and I choose which category Tim Hortons falls under. Food / drinks / groceries. What's next? Crumble is next. This was a real purchase I made this month. Add it to the dock. So far I've spent a total of $19. Let's put in this McDonald's order. It's gonna go way over. So now it's red because I spent over my intended budget. So in the rest of this, so go up gas, transportation, category D, that was an expensive ticket. Travel / experiences. Okay, I think I have to make up some of these numbers because they are not going to fit into my budget. But I didn't actually get a parking ticket, but I got a parking ticket, so that goes into life admin, Spotify, subscription, hate 'em. Oh fudge, that went way over. And then grocery store, food / drinks / groceries. Oh god, I went below my checking buffer. Oh, that's because I didn't get a paycheck. Okay, so say November 12th, got paycheck. When I make an outgoing expense, that goes here, and I have a paycheck of some sort that goes in this column. I'm gonna up my paycheck because right now I'm in the negatives. I'm gonna say I got paid $100. Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna say I got paid $150, okay? It was a big payday. Let me explain this for you. For all of these purchases, as long as I keep it under my goal budget, it stays green. And then whenever I go over, I get, a red. And so that gives me a very quick overview of what I need to rein in spending on. But for investments and for my emergency fund, I have to spend that amount or over for it to turn green. So it starts off red, and then if I put money in there, so for example, if I put 60 into my investments, gotta check it off, then it turns green. And then let's say I put some money into my emergency fund. Turn green. This month I went over in 2 categories: food / drinks / groceries and subscriptions. Then I also have this little pie chart that makes itself as I continue populating out my chart. And this is a little bit skewed because I randomly chose my purchases, but you get the gist. I populate here and then I select my categories here, and then they will aggregate in this column. So far, these categories that I've made for myself work really well for me. This is my dog. Hunter, say hi. I thought we would do a little day together. When I made my little study vlogs, a lot of it would just be like in real time, my entire day. Getting ready, doing my makeup, making breakfast, making dinner. And I miss this sort of like vlog style, take you with me to do things. So I'm gonna do that for today. I'm making eggs for breakfast. Recently, the job hunt has been a little bit rough, I can't lie. I think I reached a point where I was feeling like I had hit a wall. I'm on this side of the wall and everybody's on the other side of the wall, and there's something about me and my resume and my cover letters and my experiences that just don't cut it. Every time I finish work, the drive home is in complete silence. But one of my friends with a big girl job who has her life very together, I've been like job hunting for 2 months, and she told me that's not a long time to be job hunting. So that's encouraging. I was also feeling very dejected because the second interview I did was online and I had all my notes in front of me, and I genuinely thought that was a good interview. And I wasn't even that enthusiastic about the job. One of the questions they asked was literally, this is very boring stuff. Well, she didn't word it that way, but she was like, these are really monotonous tasks. How are you going to handle not getting bored? And I was so devastated when I didn't get the job because I thought I had done my best. So it was really disappointing to see that my best wasn't enough. But things looked up yesterday because I got another job interview, and this one was a research coordinator job for the pediatric department. So I'm very excited, and I'm going to prep my little butt off for this. There's only so much I can do because I prepped my little butt off for the last 2 interviews and I still didn't get either of them. So I don't really have high hopes for this because all of the coordinator positions I've been applying to are bachelor's required but master's preferred. So I'm gonna be competing against people with much more schooling than me. I'm gonna take you to the gym, and then we're going to go to a cafe to do some general life admin. Hey guys, so I'm at Taylor's house right now because we're doing some interview prep. Taylor?
Hi guys, I'm gonna start making content again. I used to do YouTube videos before, but now I'm so inspired by Claire that I just want to have that passion back. YouTube.com/blackbull. If you like my vibes, or even if you hate my vibes, dare I say, please go there now, and the collabs are coming.
The collabs are coming. Any last words?
I love y'all, and the more shit you give, the more shit you eat. Don't eat shit. Love y'all. All right.
Did you press record?
Yes.
Okay, just so everyone fully understands my quote, because it does have a very deep meaning. Basically, what I'm trying to say is this: the more effort we put into the things we don't care about, that does nothing for us. We get one life to live. We have to live this life to the absolute fullest. I want you watching Claire with me today to Claire with me for a second. And just know that I want you to make the most of this day, make the most of this tomorrow, and stop giving a shit. Just do what you love.
Any last words, girl? Wish Claire luck on her interview. She's gonna kill it.
Guys, my interview is at 9 a.m. and it's currently 2 a.m. and I might be doing a little bit of self-sabotaging. Like, I'm doing the thing where you push off what you have to do until the very last minute, and then when you don't end up getting that good grade, you can then blame the fact that you didn't have enough time to prepare rather than just the fact that you're not good enough. And I'm doing that thing right now, and I know that I'm doing that thing, but I don't want to get invested in the job. Claire, it's not that big of a deal. It's just a job. If you don't get this job, you'll move on to the next one, but you know what? You gotta make an effort. I prepared with Alexi earlier in the evening, and that was very helpful. It kind of just shone a spotlight on the things that I have to work on. One of those things is that I tend to harp on my shortcomings and flaws. A lot of the questions she asked me, the first thing I said was like a flaw, like, oh, I'm a people pleaser. I'll wake up at around 8, do a little bit more prep, get all dressed and ready to go. We'll see what happens. Hey guys, I just wanted to give an update on the job. So I didn't get it. You would think that the more interviews and the more rejections I get, the more desensitized and the less it would mean to me, but for some reason it hurts every single time. I would love to work with this person. I would love to learn from this person. I loved her so much. And she asked me what my dream position was, which I haven't ever been asked before, so I kind of stumbled on that one and I hadn't prepared for it. I was basically like, this job. I gave like a reason behind it, and I was like, I love kids, I want to work with kids someday. Like, and she's like, Claire, this is not your dream job. She was like, I'm honestly like, I'm looking for someone super senior who's just able to get things off the ground. Like, this is gonna be a pretty monotonous job, and I don't think it's for you. And I was like, oh fuck, okay, great. I'm getting the rejection in real time. She was like, let me tell you what I can provide for you. I'm a doctor, I can provide connections, I can provide a reference. And then she was like, what I'm studying right now, it's a hot topic. Like, I went through all of these things of like what she could provide me, and I was like, what is the point of what you can provide for me if I never get to see you again? And she was like, I like you and I want you to meet my research partner in a couple of weeks. It was like very vague. Like, I don't really know what's going on, why I'm meeting her partner, and I don't really know if there's a job that I'm interviewing a second time for. But that meeting is in a week. So I rented to one of my close friends, just like things that were going on at work and how that environment was so shitty and how like hopeless the job hunt has been recently. And she was like, girl, things are going to fall into place. I believe in you. Your efforts are not in vain. And she said she had faith in me, and I really appreciated that. And it did give me some hope. Oh my God, wait. I totally forgot. Let me show you my iPad. I am so excited. I'm so excited. I spent like 5 hours watching tutorials and doodling around. I made this graphic that you will have seen earlier in the video, but she's really shitty. And it's so lopsided. Like, it's such a joy to be able to learn new things. Like, I really think the last time I learned like a new skill was when I first learned to edit, and it was such like a steep learning curve, spending literally like 20-30 hours just trying to figure out like the most basic cuts and just how to like upload stuff and like just make a project. Like, I just didn't know how to do very logistical things. Getting like an iPad and learning how to like use all the tools and learn how to use Procreate has been another experience where I'm like kind of starting from ground zero. Something about that is really exciting. Earlier today I was just drawing this pie chart while listening to music while like uploading each file to my video, and it was actually such a joy. It was just so fun, and I was like, wow, I really enjoy doing this. Anyways, I'm really excited to start using this iPad and to start making little doodles. Apologies because they will be really shitty from the start as I'm trying to figure all of this out, but they're gonna get better. So just give me a chance to figure things out.